Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, Nyika.
Hi, Suzanne. How are you?
Very good seeing you. Congratulations. It's wonderful.
Have you read
Thank you.
it?
Have I read it? I mean,
Yeah,
I read the first manuscript, so I haven't read the new one yet. No.
exciting. I'm excited for you to read it. Wonderful.
But I have to tell Nyika that on our national radio network, CBC, this morning, there was a huge program on manhood growing up and how young youth in North America are in crisis. So I think you should make sure that Amazon plays up the book because North America needs Unica.
Thank
Exactly. We
you.
we know he's the answer.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Holly.
Hey, Holly.
Hi,
I'm
Welcome.
le
Holly.
I'm leaving my video off because I get such bad reception for Zoom meetings here. But actually, Nika, um, I have a book that Suzanne just referred to. I think it's the same thing. It was a documentary filmed here in the state where I live now. And there's a book, I sent it to Priscilla, and she's bringing it to you.
Is that what I listened to this morning, Holly?
Thank
Do you
you.
remember the name of it?
Oh, I
It's
can't remember, but he has a podcast. He's very well known and he's just written a book. Yes.
Yeah, it's probably the same
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
guy because it's big. Yeah.
Good morning, Nika.
Hey.
Good morning,
Hi,
everyone.
Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
I should say good evening and good morning, me.
Yeah, yeah. Good
I'm so
evening.
glad you could join us, Heidi.
Yeah, I know Christy's hopped on.
Yeah, we got everyone's joining. They all on their way in.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi, hi, Ngozi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, and how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Holly, is it Notes on Being a Man?
No, it's something similar to that. Do you remember the guy's name?
Scott Galloway. Anyway, Nico, I'll try and
I
get
think
it
a
to
different
you or
one.
I'll send you
I'll
the
find
link,
it, or at least
okay?
Nika will get the.
Hey, thank you.
Uh, Saskia, wrong slide. Awesome. Welcome
Hi,
everybody.
talent.
So
You're not
if
there,
you
but hi.
if we can just put in the chat box where you're calling from as we get started. We got more and more people joining us. We have over 60 people registered for this call, so it's a wonderful wonderful spread of everyone across the world. We're very excited you're all
Wow.
joining us. Yeah.
Wow.
So we can sure I can't even keep up. Mfue, Bainbridge, Vancouver, Washington, South Sudan. Wow. Um, New York, Switzerland. Amazing. Grayton, Victoria Falls, Lusaka.
Oh, wow. What are you doing?
Gonna give it another minute. Priscilla's on. Good. Okay. Just needed to check through the. All right, everybody. I think we're ready to begin. So I think more and more people will come and join us, but I think we'll get started, and I'm sure Saskia will let people in as they come into the waiting room. There we go. Hi, wonderful. Sure. I'm looking for Priscilla. Yay! There. Okay, good. Incredible. So we have our mentors joining us from Zim and Zam. We've got friends of GSGC all across the globe. We have the creators of this incredible book, and it's a very, very exciting milestone for GSGC, and one that when I first joined GSGC, my name is Tara, for those that don't know me. I'm the ED. And when I joined GSGC, Priscilla spoke a lot about these incredible stories, and she really wanted to get them out. And it was just such an exciting moment when I started hearing them for myself from the mentors. And one of the first people that started telling me the story was Nyika. And I know from from others in the GSGC circle, Nyika has been wanting to tell the story for a couple of years, and he's attempted to do it. And the moment finally unlocked in the last year for him to tell the story. And one of the inspirations was an organization called the Book Dash, who publishes stories for children across Southern Africa that are culturally relevant for them. And Nyika was inspired by this concept and said, I want to tell my story. And so today we're going to tell you the story behind the story of how Nyika came to tell the story. And I think some of you might have been on a call before where he verbally told the story, and now you get to read it. So I don't know if anyone's had a chance to read it yet. It just got launched hot off the press. We had our Kindle version out last week, and today it's officially on print on demand. So you can get a physical copy of it as well. So I just want to welcome everyone here, and thank you so much for making the time to join us. I know it's a Wednesday morning for a lot of you. For some of us, it's the evening, and we're just very, very excited to be with everybody and to celebrate this really amazing moment in GSGC's history, and to also and before we do that, I do want to honor some of the people that have been left behind over the last year. So I'm going to just ask Nyika to join me for this moment. Introduce him. Don't know if we can spotlight Nyika, please.
Thank you.
Saskia, can you spotlight Nyika as well, please? There we go. Okay, Nyika, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Tara. Greetings, everyone. It's good to see everyone this evening, this morning, to those that are on another side of the world. But before we dive into this celebration of a great milestone that we have built together with GSGC and its partners, the mentors, and around Zim and Zambia. But in the process, it will be not good for us just to dive into the celebration, but we also want to celebrate the life of some of our heroes, particularly me as the mentors rep. I would want to honor one of our brothers, friend, the mentor, the guy that we have walked the journey with, and who has inspired a lot of young people. And he has passed on. He has gone to eternity. And today, but we celebrate the fruits of the work that he has done, the impact that he has done amongst the young people, particularly the boys, by the name Dumi. So I think we can observe a moment of silence. And I look at that man as a hero because he has touched so many lives. And those lives will be on track today and they'll be successful in their future because of his life. So just to honor him and to respect the work that he has done, we can just have a moment of silence before we proceed. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll hand over to Tara.
Thank you, Nyika. So you can stay next to me for a moment, because this is your story. So what the evening will proceed as follows. We're gonna try a panel discussion on Zoom. So bear with us as we navigate this technically. We'll start with this panel discussion, and we're going to hear the story behind the story. So I'm going to chat to Nyika. Nika's going to introduce those who supported him telling the story, and then from there we'll move on to breakout rooms where everyone will get a chance to speak to one another for 20 minutes. So we'll have time for donors, mentors, friends of GSGC, those creating the book to chat. We've got a couple of questions prepared for you, and then we'll come back as a plenary and reflect on how this on what we've heard, and that'll be it, just to celebrate this moment. So Nyika, I want to start with you before we move on to the others. Can you tell us what brought you here to this moment to share the story and what the process has been, please?
Thank you, Tara. Once again, greeting to those that have joined us. It is such a great celebration today, to me personally and to the entire family of the GSGC. But what I can say, the story behind the story is it has been a long time trying to write the book. I've always wanted to tell the story, write a book that is around the work that we do so that we can actually, educate others about the work that we are doing and also impact so many lives that we cannot reach within an audience that we work with in our clubs, and in our cycle as GSGC, but beyond. So I've done a lot of attempt in the past to write, but it was quite difficult because at some point I wanted to write it, as an academic. It didn't work. So I would scrape it out. And then, so to cut the story short, I think Holly and Suzanne, they can attest to that. In the past, I've once sent them my piece of work for them to look at, but I still felt it was not ready. But I appreciated that as we went on, last year to this year, I had an encounter, of people that came into the cycle that started, that had the skill about telling the story. I heard about Lisa, she was training the mentors. I was not part of the storytelling training. She was coaching others to tell the story. But no, I was very nervous to tell the story, and I didn't want those lectures on telling the story. But one day I thought, I think this is an opportunity probably for me to find the line of telling my story by writing a book. So I contacted her first time, and then she said to me, yeah, I can help you guide the writing for you to find the title or the themes that you want to touch on. Then I just disappeared again. But then in the process, they came, Dorothy, who was coming to assist us to structure our curriculum in the process. But lo and behold, Dorothy had this, another skill about, writing books, publishing books. And then she started talking about creative writing. And that was my area of interest because I had not done creative writing in the past, but I had the passion to say I want to write. And then we did a very short course about creative writing. The greatest thing that I learned from that was, the art of not telling, but showing. And most of my writing, I was telling rather than showing. And that was the skill that I lacked. I got that. Then I in the process, then they came talking about the book dash and say there is this called the book dash because you guys are talking about the mentors in your clubs. You're talking about literacy, reading. So if we can write your own stories or you produce your own stories, the kids would read and resonate with the stories. And then there's this concept about the book dash, we can do it. Because to me, this was an open door. I jumped on it and saying, come on, let's do it. So I kept on reminding Tara about the book dash. Come on, let's do this. Let's do the book dash thing. So she said at some point, but by December, we can do this. I think we're around June. So I then Tara said, okay, we're going to start. Whose story are we going to use? Let's start by your story because you keep telling me about your story. Now let's start about your story. So, and then she said, but we have a story. We have the one who can coach you on doing the story. That's Liz. So Liz being part of the GSGC storytelling coach. And then said, you will do 8 sessions. Then I contacted Lisa and I said, okay, I'm ready now. I want to tell my story. And then we had 8 sessions. And I started telling the story. One interesting thing that I was failing to do was to narrow my story and give it a theme. And know how I can weave in part of my life into the story and on what I want to say. So she helped me do that. And it was so interesting. So the moment I told the story on one of the donor conference, I think some of you were here. When I told my story, when my story was shot out and it went out, it was on YouTube, I felt the enthusiasm to say, come on, I can actually write the story. So Tara came back again and said, the book dash, you have told the story, let's write the story. And I told Tara that give me a deadline. If you don't give me a deadline, I'm not going to be able to write this. So he said 1 month. 30 days, you can do the first draft. I hit the deadline and I was doing this right early in the morning, around 4 a.m. I would wake up when it was quiet. Using the skill that Lisa had taught me, how to take the story, how to live in the story. I was imagining myself right in the place where I was from the time I was growing up. I was able to bring the imagination writing, but that needed a moment of silence. So I did that at night, 4 a.m. or right in the middle of the night. So as I was writing my story, I was learning quite a lot in my story. And then I felt like, no, I'm releasing something very big here. But then I have my team, that is my closest family. My wife, Talent, my 2 boys, Victor and Daniel, they say, tell the story. This is a very good story because you're going to be a very good example of a dad. And these are the people that have given me the confidence to say, I'm just going to shoot it out. I'm going to write the story. So I had this energy because of all these people that were around me, supporting me. And then when the book started flowing and coming out, and thanks to Dorothy, who was right on me, because she had an experience about publishing the book. She was just on me every day, showing me how to do it. And then, boom, here we are today, and we are launching our first piece of the book. But above all, I cannot forget one good man, my fellow brother, the mentor and the friend, my mentee by the name Kangwa, the man who actually bought the pictures, the illustration on the book. He actually gave me the right title for the book by how he was able to bring in the pictures. So I kept on changing, trying to find exactly what I wanted to tell. I had what I wanted to tell, but I wanted one tackle that would sum it up. But through his illustration, he gave me the life. After telling him just a statement, he brought in that illustration right on the cover to inside. It is that wonderful person. And let me say this, Tara, before I hand it over to you, that the GSGC network, the GSGC family is one family that is very unique. We do everything together. I cannot give myself credit to this book alone. So many people were in it to support until we have this first piece of ours. You are going to see more coming from the GSGC family. Thank you. Over to you, Tara.
I think you said everything. So I just wanted to share in the process, just to ask Lisa and Dorothy and Kangwa to join us in this little plenary to talk about to talk about the experience of supporting Nyika in writing the book. And I think we should start with Kangwa, since he came on first. And I'd love to share some of the illustrations that Nyika just spoke about. So, Saskia, if you don't mind, just sharing the screen of Kangwa's illustrations. And Kangwa, maybe you can tell us talk through the process of illustrating this beautiful book.
Okay, thank you so much. Firstly, thank you for having me here. I'm really honored. Just like I was honored when I was brought to be part of this project. It's not something that I took for granted. It's a big thing even in my life to be part of such a great accomplishment, even for Nyika, the GSGC at large. The creative process, despite being an artist, this was a bit different for me because firstly, I needed to understand the heart of the story. And I remember when we first started, I think I got paragraphs of what I was supposed to do, each paragraph, and so I got started. But I remember at some point, we were on a call with Tara, and you were asking me, but have you read the entire book? So I was like, not really, but I have read paragraphs on what I'm supposed to do. And I remember she was encouraging me to say, no, you really have to get to do the whole thing. That was the time I was just studying. And maybe I think I only did maybe about 2 illustrations. So when I went back, I got a deeper understanding of what was supposed to be brought, and it became very easy for me, in as much as it wasn't just about following the statements to say at this point you do this, at this point maybe this is what you need to draw, but I was coming from a place where you get to understand what the author is trying to bring out, and then the illustration part became an easy process for me. Throughout the illustrations, there are some illustrations that I worked with some boys and girls from the club for reference sake. When I was starting, I was like, oh, okay, cool, we're going to draw. And then I realized the process was much deeper than, just thinking and drawing. I needed a couple of different images which I needed to create for the sake of originality. So it was easy for it was like you said, it was a GSGC project at large. From my end, I actually involved the boys and the girls that we work with, so I could read to them to say, this is what I'm trying to do, can you pose like this, and I try and capture images and then try and turn them into illustrations. So it was a very fun and creative process, which I must say I enjoyed. I'm glad the book is really out, and I miss doing the illustrations, I must say.
So I just want to talk about the cover a little bit. So the process of the cover, we really wanted Kangwa to do the cover because it didn't feel right having someone else do the cover when he had such beautiful illustrations. And the process, we decided that Nyika would explain the essence of the book to Kangwa, and then Kangwa would come up with concepts. And Kangwa actually came up with 3 beautiful concepts, and Nyika had a chance to choose this one. And how was that process for you, Kangwa, of pulling out the essence of the book for the cover?
That part particularly wasn't very easy. It had a lot of thinking to do, because it was like every piece that I tried from the small examples that I did, I knew that somehow they had to connect, but only one could be, the main one. So for me, it had everything to do with the color scheme. And I remember at the time, I think I was doing the first illustrations, we didn't have the actual title yet, but we had an idea of what the title would be like, what the message of a title would be. So every illustration was a bit different, but we knew that there was an idea of this mythical part of everything. So if you look at the cover, it has a couple of images that seem to be forming one actual image. It's like there are a couple of images and then there's one main one. So it's like you look at it and it gives you that idea of like, okay, what's going on? Who's who? What's happening? Is this a transformation? Is this the same person? So we needed a cover that would make people ask questions. Okay, what's going on in this book? Not a cover that maybe explains everything at once just by looking at the cover, but it's like it makes you want to get into the book and see and say, okay, what is really going on? So it was that aspect where you don't tell it all, but somehow you tell it through the cover. So yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Kangwa. Yeah, it's just incredible. It was really incredible working with you on this journey.
Thank you.
So I'd love to hear from Lisa, about what the experience was like teasing the story out of Nyika.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning. Yeah, so as Nyika said, he contacted me and said, I have a story, maybe you can help me. And then only many months later did we start to work together. And it was actually it was a phenomenal process working with Nyika. I was deeply moved by the story, as you will read or have read and have heard the story that he told. So the process was he started just sharing the raw material of his story. And so if you think of the memories of your life, if you're wanting to tell your life story, it's infinite, really. You could go in any direction. And there are obviously key memories that Nyika really wanted to talk about and wanted an audience for. But the matter, the raw matter was kind of, it was raw and we needed to cook it. So we spent some time with the ingredients, and we cooked a very, very healthy, nutritious, delicious meal. And Nyika, we kind of, in the process of telling the story orally and having someone hear it out loud, it's kind of like, it's the first stage of sharing before the writing that was really important for Nyika in this process. It was going back to the traditional oral tradition where it's like we know that instinctively and we can speak from that place. And it was just around guiding Nyika to go back to that place where he knows the story and he knows how to share it, and then finding the structure, finding the thread. So that was, as Nyika said, the main process that we worked with. Is kind of like taking this big life and lots of memories and really tough stuff. A lot of there was, as you'll read, a lot of memories that needed a deep holding space and a very safe space to hold that material, and then to dive deep and then find the thread that he told in that book, in the story, and knowing where the beginning is, knowing where the end is, knowing what the theme is, which really emerged so beautifully. And as Nyika reminded me, he was a star student. He showed up at his sessions, really dedicated, and he had been practicing, and he was, as you all know, many of you know, that he's so busy and in demand on so many levels for his community, his family, for GSGC. And so amidst all of that, he was really dedicated to the process. And I found it really incredible. And I loved working with Nyika and the story. And then, as Nyika said, the birthing of that story publicly was a very great initiation, and it allowed the story to be out. Okay, it's out. People have heard it. Okay, like it's not the end of the world. It's actually a great thing. People do need to hear the story, and now you can finally write it and put it down and have a far, far greater reach. So that birthing process, that initial saying it with your words and from the heart in that way, in that kind of raw-ish way, still practiced and structured, but not defined to a particular page that's on print, which is a whole different process. So yeah, I don't know if I captured everything. Yeah.
Thank you. Nyika, do you want to reflect anything else on that process?
Yeah, one interesting thing about telling the story during the sessions of telling the story was I found a safe space at first. I want to appreciate Lisa that she gave me a safe space for me to be able to tell the story as raw. I like the word to use as raw because I told everything, and then we started cutting, pruning, and finding the right words to use and to get to the themes that we wanted to get to. But it was much more relieving, and also it was great for me to be able to reflect how my life had transformed. And I was able to carry the story around. When I looked at other men in the community, I saw change in myself because I think the story it made it awakening that something had transformed in me. And this is why you find that on my book, if you read it, you will find that I'm talking about, coming out of prison of this word called be a man and manhood, masculinity, which is more toxic. So I actually found myself that I was free and from the chains of toxic masculinity. So I had this reflection. By telling it, I was able to mirror myself that I think I'm a different man. And I saw the uniqueness of how I have become by walking this journey, working with the boys, and also around with the team of the mentors. And as we share what is really healthy in our community, a best approach to deal with gender-based violence, gender equality, it is when men find themselves and they're able to release this beautiful human being and do not live by this myth of manhood that have become so toxic to the world. So I actually pulled myself. If you look at just one last statement. If you look at the picture on the cover of the book, it has got two directions that were created. Thank you to Kangwa was able to capture that this is actually a transformation to build one thing. It's either we can use this myth to create a monster, or we can use the reality of a man as a beautiful human being to create a wonderful man and a wonderful human being that everyone can coexist with in the community. But in generally, the story really showed me who I am and then how I have changed through this journey, that I have to change first before I try and preach the gospel of change to others or to the boys that we work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope you're all getting inspired to read this because it really is incredible. Dorothy, what was the process like supporting Nyika writing this?
Well, I mean, I already knew hello everyone. I already knew from the writing workshop that we'd done, the creative writing workshop, that Nyika had a way with words, and he learned and he showed so beautifully well. So I already knew he was a writer. And then I think this combination worked fantastically of him telling his story first and finding the thread, because that's so much about what constructing a book is about. And so, I mean, I didn't do much. Nyika submitted, when he submitted his first chapters, I was just so moved by this powerful story. And the cake had been cooked. It was there, and all I needed to do was just just pull and prod and tweak, or show Nyika where it needed to be pulled, prodded, and tweaked. Don't know if we can carry on with the cake metaphor, where the icing needed a little bit thicker on one point and maybe some Smarties on the other. But yeah, so it was a joy. But as I say, it's Nyika's story. It was there. And I was so incredibly moved by it, and I'm lucky to have worked on it.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I remember the excitement when you've told me, like there's nothing really to add, and when I first read it, I was extremely moved, and I think you all will be. So I want to thank you, Nyika, for including us in your process, and thank you to everyone for bringing us here. Just to say that Nyika is so moved by this process that he wants other mentors to write this. So as you will have seen, this is the first in our series, the Voices of Transformation series. There are many, many stories in GSGC, many. And there are incredible mentors in this organization that have wonderful stories to tell. And so we want to honor Nyika for taking the lead um, on doing this for us and guiding the way. But our goal is to share more of these stories with the hopes that they will inspire the younger generation of beneficiaries and youth that we work with across the clubs. So these books are being printed. They will be distributed to all our clubs for our youth to read. So it's aimed at a kind of teenage audience. And we've also shared this on Amazon. So please share this with friends, family, wherever. We'd love to. We are going to make a concerted effort to spread this far and wide. And I think this could land up in boys' schools and youth clubs and all over. So we want to share this message far and wide. We are going to be distributing this in the different areas in which we work, in Vic Falls and Zambia. And yeah, so just want to please do share the book with others. And to close, before we move into our breakout rooms, we're going to ask Nyika to read a passage from the book to inspire you to read it if you haven't already. So I think we can just pin Nyika and take us off. I'll share the passage, please, Saskia. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We're just going to give you a piece of slice and you get the whole cake on Amazon. Yeah. So I'm just going to read. This is chapter 3, The School of Manhood. So you listen to the skill, and this is Dorothy's skill. It was so wonderful to be able to do this, imagining and showing where I am, traveling to the past and standing there. So I'm going to read. I was 12 when I got the invitation from my brother. I remember the moment with a clarity that cuts through the ears. The wooden gate trembled on its hinges as my brother pressed it forward. His 2 dogs darted through first, their tails stiff, their yellow eyes glimmering. Then he came, taller and more assured than I had ever noticed. Nyika, his voice fell on me like a hammer. The rush in his stride seemed to carry a message, something decisive, something that made my stomach knot. I remained in the shade of the acacia, unsure whether I was in trouble or not. He raised his chin, a mischievous glimmer creeping into his normally hard stare. This girlish mind is going to end. It's time you become a man. You will read the rest when you get the book.
Thank you, Nyika. So we are going to have a chance to ask Nyika questions. We're now going to go into breakout rooms for 20 minutes. and there will be some questions that we will go through in the breakout rooms. Each of the breakout rooms has a GSGC member that will share the questions with you. There's no need to go through every single question. It's just a chance for discussion and for having a chance to meet the mentors and meet one another. So I would encourage everyone to introduce themselves at the beginning of the breakout room, and then we'll have a conversation. There will be a timer in the top right-hand corner of the screen, and you'll also get a reminder at halfway through, and then 5 minutes to, and then 1 minute to. So just keep an eye on that. And then I also encourage that you get everyone a chance in the breakout rooms to speak. So just be aware of how much time you take, and allow everyone else to speak. And when we come back, we'll have a chance to share our reflections from the breakout room discussion, and also ask Nyika any questions if we'd like to, before we close. And just to remind everybody, this is our fundraiser. So the reason we're coming together as a collective here today is that we want to create more and more of these stories of change and transformation across our clubs, among the people that we work with. And we have this ambitious goal of $25,000 for our year-end fundraiser. So we ask if you can please generously open your hearts to contribute towards this incredible work, and to support these incredible mentors and youth that we support, and to also just share this message with others. At the back of the book, we have a little bit about GSGC and about the Voices of Transformation series, and there is a QR code to become a donor. So this is also a way to share this with others. This book is a deeper insight into the work we do. So we obviously hear little snippets of stories and we share as much as we can. But this really goes into the depth of the transformation that can happen in our clubs across the region. So just encourage you to read it and to share it. And with that, we're going to go into our breakout rooms.
Could everyone have gone on forever? We could have chatted for another hour easily.
Yeah, you can say that again, Devon. You can say that again.
Frank, I was just talking to your better half. So,
Hi, Paige. How are you?
hi.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I
There's
think people are
Devon.
slowly coming back.
Yeah.
I'm back. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Slowly coming back, everybody. There we go. We have Tara back as well. Everybody could have spoken for hours, Tara, it seems.
I know. I think we could have gone on for a lot longer. Yeah, all day. We might have to do it for longer next time. Hi, Paige. Hi, Denise.
I think someone was pressing a fast forward on our
On your clock.
group. Yeah, somebody was just like was just moving too fast for us.
Yeah. It went too quickly, for sure. Okay. Is everyone back?
It looks like we're all back. Yes.
You're all back. Okay, wonderful. Wilani, I'm glad you're with us. Did Fulani get to join your group, Nyika?
Yes, she did.
Okay, great. Wonderful. We weren't sure if she was going to make it. That's wonderful. So I know, I think we could have talked all day, and I'm really, really glad that we had this opportunity to have more intimate conversations. So I'd love to open the floor up now if anyone would like to share anything from your discussions that moved you. I'm going to open it up. So you can just raise your hand or just start speaking. Actually, Janet, go for it. Janet, you can go?
Oh, I wasn't the one. Oh,
Oh,
no,
weren't
I
you? Oh,
was just
your
waiting.
hand was up. Oh, your hand was up. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my reaction.
That's
That was a
okay.
praise.
You're welcome to share if you'd like to.
No, I'm good. Thank you. Gonna mute.
Who would like to share?
Well, can I just share quickly that I want to share Frank's highlight, which was the actual extract of the book and how powerful it was and how he could just see the scene and relate to it and how it built up suspense. He wanted to carry on reading. So he was captured by it and he could relate to it. Hey, Frank. So yeah, that was great that the book will have impact. Frank, I don't know if you want to add anything.
Thank you so much, Dorothy. Yeah, as I was just saying when we actually got into separate rooms, so to say, I was saying, the way chapter 3, I thought Nyika was just going to take us into the introduction, because that's where usually someone would want to follow the whole story to say, okay, but he took us to chapter 3. But right in chapter 3, it's as if I already was with him in chapter 1 and chapter 2. And in chapter 3, I'm already there also with him. And I'm anticipating what's going to happen when somebody says, it's time to put an end to this girlish kind of character. I'm like, wow. So there is so much art, dramatization, suspense. I really want to appreciate all those that had to help come up with the creativity. It's really something that is a masterpiece coming from Global Surgeons, and we are really proud to associate ourselves and to be surrounded by people who can actually push out certain passions, characters, and potentials within us to really come to light. And it's something that I'm saying I can't wait to really have a copy for myself to read on. I won't even go to introduction, chapter 1, chapter 2. I'm just going to go straight to chapter 3, where
No,
he's
you have to read the
suspended.
introduction. Thank you, Frank. I'm gonna ask Ron to offer some reflections, and then Rachel, and then Nkosi. Ron, over to you.
Yeah, so I was just I was talking to our group that the timing of this is pretty perfect. On a worldwide stage, we're suffering right now, here in the US, especially from this leadership of toxic masculinity, where rabid insecurity comes out as a poison into the society and is hurting everyone. So I think the timing of the book release is great, and I'm looking forward to diving in and then hopefully using it as an instructive tool going forward for my own students.
Wonderful. Thank you. Rachel.
Hi, everyone. So for me, I'm just actually excited from the breakout rooms that we had. I was with Priscilla and Yvonne, and Priscilla has read the book. So I kept asking her about what's in the book, and I'm actually very excited to read the book, because even when Tara came, but she wouldn't let us see the book. So now I'm like anticipating. I'm like excited to read the book, and I just can't wait to learn more, and working with the boys as well. I'd like to maybe teach the boys 1 or 2 things that I'm going to learn from the book. But otherwise, I'm very excited to read the book. And Nyika looks so vulnerable when he's explaining the book. So I want to see what it is that is making him so humble in there. But otherwise, it's exciting, and I can't wait. And congratulations, by the way.
And I hope you're also inspired to write, Rachel.
You never know. But otherwise, I'm really excited. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. Nkosi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Yes. So for me, basically, during our breakout session, the highlight was on on the title of the book itself, The Myth of Manhood. And I felt like it came at a very appropriate time, especially our society has been focusing more on the girl child. The girl child, this is supposed to behave this, you're supposed to do this. And then we also like neglecting the toxic masculinity that this was also bringing to the boy child. So for me, I haven't read the book, but just the title, The Myth of Manhood. And also I've had the privilege of knowing Nyika. Nyika is also my brother-in-law. So for me, I haven't read the book, but I've actually witnessed him. Like when Priscilla is talking about the vulnerability, because I've seen him breaking all those barriers, like the beliefs that our society has, that as a man is supposed to behave in this way, in this way. For example, you will find him in the kitchen cooking, and the woman is sitting. So for someone in our African society, this is like a real taboo, and you can't be a man. It's considered a girl's duty. You can't be a man and be doing certain things. So for me, it's the highlight of the book. And also, obviously, as during the discussion, the other questions that we had was, the effect of those traditional beliefs about how a man should behave and so forth. How is this then affecting the mental health of the men in the society? At the end of the day, all these issues that we're facing in our community, gender-based violence, suicide, crimes, and so forth, they are emanating from this toxic masculinity that as a man, you can't talk about how you're feeling. You're supposed to be a provider. You can't behave this way. So I'm really so excited to read the book. So that was the highlight for me, basically.
Thank you. Thank you. Ivy, over to you.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? I
Hi.
hope you're well. For me, the highlight was when Nyika read the introduction. Is like I was looking at every man that I've ever worked with. I was like, oh my word, that is so that one, that's so one. And that's how we get hurt as women in the workspace. So this book is not just for the growing boys, it's also for our workspace. It changes everything. It's literally, I'm sitting here and thinking our children, our boys, our younger boys, our growing up girls are so blessed because when they then get into the space, as long as we support them, these books, they are going to get into an environment that is way much more better and very much healthy. So thank you, and keep going, please.
Thank you, Ivy.
Thank you.
Love to hear from Denise and then Patrick.
Okay, I think Patrick had his hand up before I did, but
Sorry.
I'll go quickly, Patrick. First of all, I just want to say, Nyika, I'm so proud of you, and I just think, I thought from when you've told your story on that donor call, you were so brave to tell your story, and now to put it in writing for all to see is just incredible. It's an incredible story. I think it's going to be amazing for the other mentors and for the kids that everyone works with to see. I think that's just wonderful. In our breakout rooms, we had a really good discussion. And thank you, Kalinda. It was Kalinda, Timbe, and Kangwa. And we had a discussion about culturally the roles of men and realizing kind of how Ron was alluding to in our country right now. Obviously, masculinity is a big thing, but cross-culturally, the role of men being the masculine Ron, never share feelings, blah, blah, blah. That we were kind of talking about how that kind of goes across the world and how that happened, how did that happen? Where did that start? And what, we even got into, well, the Bible doesn't say that. So what caused that to happen? But the other thing was, Kangwa shared a story, which I'm not going to share for him, but he's done some amazing things with his boys, and it reinforced to me that how important it is that we have now included boys in our circle, and I think, I encouraged him to share that with you, Tara, and with Priscilla, because it just kind of reinforced everything. But I just want to commend everyone that's helped Nyika, and commend Nyika, and also Talent and the boys for supporting him in this story. And I know they are also benefiting from this learning. So lucky them. And thank you so much. I'm going to need to leave. So I just wanted to say thank you for holding this and for encouraging him.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Denise.
Patrick, it's back to you.
Thank you, after Patrick, we'll have Gloria. Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, so hi everyone. For me, the title itself has really made my heart to be, oh my God, I can't wait to read this book, because like this has just, connected with an experience that I had like 3 days ago. So this kid was riding a bicycle, right? And this boy, and all of a sudden I just saw him on the ground and he started crying. And all these guys around were like, no, don't cry. Stop crying. Come on, stop crying. And you could tell that this boy is hurt, like he was on a bicycle. So I followed them and I was like, who told you that he shouldn't cry? Let him cry, it hurts, right? Is it hurting? I asked him and he was like, yeah. And he showed me the hand, like it's burning here. And I was like, yeah, so he should cry because he's felt the pain. Why are you stopping him from crying? So for me, reading The Myth of Manhood, because somebody said men shouldn't cry. A boy shouldn't cry. You are strong. You are what? Even when it hurts? No way. So Nyika, big up to you. I can't really, really wait to read this. Like, oh my God, you're speaking on behalf of every boy child. You're also speaking on behalf of everyone. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Gloria, I'd love to hear from you.
Nyika, thank you so much for the book. And when we went into our breakup rooms, there's one thing that Lunda had mentioned, saying this book, it will help in reducing the cases of gender-based violence. Because if imagine a society of each and every man changing their lifestyle, it means we're going to have a world free of GBV. And something that came out again, I'll go back to Lunda again. She mentioned to say this book, it will help both women and men, because on the other hand, as women, she gave an example saying, for example, we have electricity. My husband would do the cooking in the house, but the moment power goes and you want to go and cook outside on the brazier, a woman is the one who is going to tell the husband, no, don't cook from outside. People will see you and they'll call me names. So on the other side, it also has a voice of women saying, let a man do what they want to do if they want to change. So if a man wants to do the washing, let the man wash and stand outside and hang the clothes outside. So it's also speaking to the women and say, let's support these men. If you see any change in them, let's support them. Let's hold their hand and say, okay, let's do this together to change the community, to change the families, and to change the world at large. So with this book, Nyika, the cases of GBV, gender-based violences, I think they'll be reduced a few years from now. And it's a good time, Tara, for launching this book now, because we are in 16 days of activism for gender-based violence. I think it's a plus, and thank you for this team. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. I see Kalinda's hand and Devon's hand. So I don't know who was first. Sorry.
Go ahead, Kalinda.
Devon was first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're on mute now, Devon. Sorry.
Sorry, there we go. Sorry, very gracious, Kalinda. I just wanted to also acknowledge the universality of what Nyika is saying and what this message is. And I don't know how many on the call know I've been part of the team for a while for GSGC. I'm based in Cape Town in South Africa, and it's also incredibly relevant here. I myself have gone through a very personal journey this past year about unmasking the myth of manhood for me. And I just want to share gratitude, Nyika, for being able to put this in words. And I think one way to do this is there's one quote that came through. I've had the privilege of being able to hear a little bit, like not as much as some of the other team, Dorothy and Lisa and Tara, as some of the content of the book. But I heard Nyika say one quote the other day when we were preparing for this meeting. And there are many quotes that are going to come out of this book, no doubt. But this is one that just really touched me. And I've put it in the chat there. And it goes, if men would find that freedom, the world would be a better place because men and their families and communities are living under the oppression of manhood. I think it's really powerful. Thank you, Nyika.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you. Kalinda, mother of a boy.
Mother of a boy. It's
Yes.
going to be a very good book, especially raising a boy myself. I really can't wait to read the whole of it. I've heard you narrate it before, but this is going to be amazing. In our session, in our breakout session with Kangwa and Denise, we were talking about how, like Denise mentioned, it's quite universal, this thing. But I felt like this book is going to be a really good conversation starter when it comes to men talking about what's going on in realities, because I think that's the biggest gap when it comes to some of the issues they're facing today. Women, we talk. Women talk. We have women communities. We have our girlfriends. We vent to. We get stuff out. Figure things with them, but men not always and not necessarily. And so I feel like this book is going to be one of those books that helps start conversations amongst men. And when men start talking, maybe they'll start checking in on each other and holding each other accountable and holding each other's actions accountable. Because I think it was last week during the same gender-based violence week, 16 days of gender-based violence activism. There's a guy who said, I think one of the problems with us men is that we're not talking, and so we're not holding ourselves accountable. We can see bad behavior in our fellow men, but we're not doing anything about it. And so I feel like this is one of those books where if you bring your friends together, the kids in the clubs, you can easily have these conversations and try to nail down what are some of the characteristics that will lead you to gender-based violence? What are some of the characteristics that will lead you to defiling a child? What are some of the things you are going through that you're not talking about that are making you do certain immoral stuff that you shouldn't be doing? And so this is a really good book to get conversation going amongst men. And it would be nice to see a group of men have these conversations. Yeah.
Thank you, Kalinda. So I've got not visual, but I've got Talent's hand up and Fulani. So I'd love to hand over to Talent, Nika's wife, to talk to us. Talent.
Hello, everyone. I would like to say thank you so much to the GSGC. I have read the book. The book is a masterpiece. I would love to say thank you so much to the GSGC because for me, they have produced this wonderful husband. I know from Nyika joined GSGC, he has really transformed. So the book is actually a reflection of Nyika's life. Nyika doesn't talk only, he walks the talk. So whatever that is in the book, it's real. You will enjoy the book. Thank you so much, GSGC. Thank you.
Thank you, Talent. And we know that a lot of this is with you behind him, right? Like bringing this out. So thank you. Fulani, we'd love to hear from you. I don't know if you can start your video, Fulani.
You're on mute.
I hope you can hear me because my network is really terrible. But I'll just say this book is a soft spot to bring out conversation and to address mental wellness for men as well, because most of like what Kalinda has already said, we women, we always talk out and we always speak our minds. Whilst men, they always have conversations in their heads. I once upon a time came across a statement that said men don't read minds, they only read books. So I hope this book is going to land in the safe hands of men who are going to initiate conversations that will help them to also bring out their mental wellness as well. It's addressing different spheres of society, and just another story for the other men, and not the man that everyone else can define and name. Yeah, so thanks very much for sharing a very soft spot that is going to initiate conversations for men out there in this world. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Brilani. So we're at time, but I would love to hear from Priscilla. And I would also love to hear from Nyika to close us off.
Well, I'm so proud of you, Nyika. And I also echo what Talent said. In a way, it takes a community. And there are people on this call who were in this community from early days and have walked this walk. Everybody involved in this community has contributed. And if anybody questions our M&E or our impact, it's here. And we're about depth and the ripple. And I think this kind of says it all. And Nyika, thank you for your bravery. It's an honor to walk with you. And thank you for laying this groundwork. And I can't wait for the additional stories that are going to follow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nyika.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for making it this day and this evening. But what I would want to say is that the work we do does not only change those that we mentor, but it also changes us as we do the work, because we are accountable to walk the talk. And I've seen it happen in my life. And I've seen, as to echo Priscilla's words, the work is more deep and it's more personally, and it's a passion. And what I would want to say is that with this book, men out there who are chained by the myth of manhood will find their freedom, because the men we have today were nurtured to become what they are. They were never born like that, because I've articulated that in my book, that I saw my innocence until I was 12, and I was built to become this kind of a man. But then when I had an encounter with the GSGC, I had to refine myself, and I saw the wrongs that had nurtured me, and I began to undo all those things. And this is the story that I'm sharing to the whole world, to all the men out there, that they may read and know that there is hope that can still change. There is a brilliant human being inside of every man. It is how they were nurtured that has made them to become what they are. So as we raise our boys today in our boys clubs, I would want to say thank you to every donor, everyone that would want to support us, because for us to do this ripple effect, we need more people. We need mentors to continue to impact the lives of these children. There is more that we need to do beyond the talks. There are trips that we do to go out for our camps, which have been more impactful. And I've seen this in our boys, how they have transformed when we go out for a camp and we speak, and they declare that I am that man, meaning the changed man. So I know that as we have the mentors, all the boys' mentors that are here, I know they can attest to this, that their lives are speaking to the boys. So through this work that we do, there's going to be a transformation and there is hope. So thank you so much, everyone that has supported the Jane. And I have seen, finally, I have seen a page there. You have seen me as a boy, and today I'm a man. And you didn't say anything. But if there is chance, let Paige say something. But this is the homework that I'm giving everyone, that we will make a change in this world. And the change is happening at GSGC. We have continuously dedicated our lives and done this work more deeper. And to all the mentors, I know the commitment, I know the work, I know the persecution that you have faced in the community as we try to do this work. But everyone has got a thick skin. These guys have got a thick skin, and they are not succumbing to the cultural practices that are infringing the rights of girls, but they are pushing on to bring the change. And by that, I'm within a cycle of people that can hold hands. And with the donors that are supporting us to make this work happen, we are so thankful and will continue to do this work. Thank you for joining us to do this work. We greatly appreciate you. It is because of you that today we celebrate transformation in our communities. Thank you.
Thank you,
Over
Nyika.
to you. Thank you.
Paige, I'm opening to you if you'd like to say something, since Nyika asked you to.
I don't know if I can do this without crying, but I want to thank all of you, longtime donors. I know who you are. And I also want to give a shout out to the Seattle contingency, who years ago said, boys, 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 we need to focus on boys as well. You know who you are. Nyika, I saw you many years ago as a young man. I knew at that moment you were special. You had a passion then, a drive, and a heart. And I am so happy and proud to see you here today, the man you are and the mentor you are for the whole world. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for this amazing call.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Paige.
Thank you.
I'm just going to allow, if anyone else feels moved, you're welcome to say something. Give a moment. Okay, so we've reached time.
If we can,
we've already. Sorry, Devin. We've reached. Sorry, go.
I was going to say, if we can end off on a group selfie, whoever feels like they are willing, it's up to you.
Okay. Just before we do that, I just want to. So just to say that we are, before we do the selfie, we'll do that in a moment. Just to say that we've launched our campaign, and we've already, thank you to a gracious donor who's already contributed $1,000. So we're 1/25 of the way there. So thank you. Whoever that was, I'm really grateful. And one of the things that I would love, if you were moved by this call, is to really share this book with your community and your friends. And I think the theme was universal across all our groups, is that this is a message that needs to go far and wide. And we still have toxic masculinity in all our communities, even if we think they're evolved or not. So we have a lot of work to do, and I just want to honor Nyika for leading the way, and so grateful. So thank you very much, and just want to wish everybody a beautiful end to the year. And watch the space, because there will be more. And if you would like to share this book in any place, let us know. We are the publishers of the book, Global Sojourns. So it belongs to Global Sojourns Giving Circle. So it belongs to us, and we can distribute it, and all the proceeds go to the clubs. So Thank you so much, everybody. And now we'll do our selfie, Devon.
All right. Only if you feel comfortable, ladies and gentlemen, please do put your cameras on. And we just sometimes like to do this. We may use the image or not, who knows, but it's just fun to have. Please do put your camera on, and we're going to do a little countdown. And you can do whatever you want and wave, or you can do a heart, you can do whatever you like. All right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, GSGC. Nyika, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, got it. That's the best we're going to get. Thank you. Thanks, Tara.
Thanks, everyone. So, good night.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Nyika.